Hi, guys. I see some of you are in here. I'm going early because they're going to start early. I'll show you all the news media. There's 3 helicopters above, all kinds of media. Like, this started off with like 2 people with cameras, and that's it. Hi, Neil. I'll show you everything. I'm going to flip it around. We don't need to see me. Not only are we going to free Brady, we are going to free the 1.5 million people that are in conservatorship in this nation. Protecting artists means protecting culture. Having authentic representation is so important. We will not let anyone exploit our musical talent, exploit our artists, or exploit any of our neighbors. Not here, not now, not ever again. Free Brady! What do we want, guys? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? We have a special performance for you guys here today. We have a movie here to perform for you. Name is Bradley Britney Spears. Free Britney! Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so excited to be here with you, celebrating how just time all of us coming together to support each other and stand up for each other's rights, because that's what we all want. It's just our freedom. We all deserve that. All of us, and especially Brittany, But, it's really beautiful to see everyone come out here and just participate together because we all care about each other's freedoms and want to support each other doing that. Woo! Free Britney! Free Britney! Thank you guys so much. Listen, we all have those like toxic relationships that are making new boundaries.
Yeah, there's some singing and then protesting and stuff. The court hearing actually doesn't start until 1:30, so this is just the protest rally out here, and then there is a whole block full of media. I cannot believe the coverage that it's getting now, where before nobody cared, so it's different now. So I just wanted to explain that. I can't read your guys' comments very well either because it's very bright out. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. It's killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here to give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time. Loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time.
The Bears, no negativity. Sorry. No. I'll block you. I'm sorry. I will.
She cried, and we won't forget. It feels like why do these tears coming down? She's still looking, she's a star, but she cried, and why and heart's thinking. It feels like I said, why do these tears coming down? Nice to see you all. Thank you today. I love you. Thank you guys for all showing up. Keep up the support. And guys, I have something to tell you. You guys gonna drive me a little crazy. I was up all night thinking about you guys. Every time you look at me, my heart is jumping, it's like in the sea. Loving you means so much more than everything I've ever felt before. You drive me crazy, I just can't sleep. I'm so excited, I'm in too deep, oh crazy, but it feels alright. Make me thinking of you, keep me up all night. Ooh, so like to me, never been loving what you will see. Tell me, it's not in the mood. That I'm facing, I'm feeling for you. Loving you means so much more than anything I ever felt before. You drive me crazy, I just can't sleep. I'm so excited, I'm in too deep, oh crazy, but it feels alright. Baby, I'm up all night. Crazy, I just can't sleep. I'm so excited, I'm in too deep, crazy, but it feels alright. Free Britney! I just can't sleep. I'm so excited. I'm to be so crazy, but it feels alright. Baby, thinking of you keeps me up all night. Crazy, I just can't sleep. I'm so excited.
just really ending conservative abuse for everyone. Before we end the rights of all of our fellow Filipinos on this planet, it's really, really important. And I'm really proud of us for all showing up today and taking a stand. And I know you guys free Britney!
Woo! We love you guys!
Hello. Okay. First of all, if we could get media to go to either side where there's red duct tape, that's your designated area, please let advocates be in the front. Okay, ready? Thank you. All right. Hi, everyone. We are grateful to have you all here today, and I just wanted to say a few things before we get started. We're really excited that we have the entire street shut down. That said, it is only shut down until 3:30. So in the event that the hearing is still going on, which it probably will be, we're going to move to the sidewalk starting at about 3. So if we start pushing you that way, please know that it's because they're going to reopen the street. The second thing that I wanted to say is that we started working on the permit to close down this street more than a month ago. And we had a lot of obstacles, and there is one woman to thank for that being, for us all being in the middle of the street right now, and that is Vanessa Velasquez right here. Truly worked her butt off to make this happen, and we are grateful because it is time to get loud. The other thing I want to say is that we are also really grateful to have partnered with Angelique Fawcett for this rally. Many of you know Angelique as an elder abuse activist. She is a member, she's on the Kasem Cares board, and she also advocates for her friend, Nichelle Nichols, who is Lieutenant O'Hara and Sergeant. The goal of this rally today is to be, we've been given a platform. Free Britney has been given a platform, and there is a huge spotlight on Britney's story. And the responsible thing to do with that platform is elevate other people's stories. Britney Spears is only one of thousands of people that are trapped in an abusive conservatorship. And so what we're going to do today is hear from 6 different advocates telling their personal stories of conservatorship abuse, of their parents being kidnapped, of their estates being stolen, and even more. I mean, there are some really, really harrowing stories that you're about to hear. So it's going to get heavy for a little bit, but that's because this is really serious, and this affects thousands of people in our country. Okay, I think that's all I had to say. Thank you guys. Let's rally.
Stop conservatorship abuse!
Is that in there? Okay. Okay, I'm back. Our first speaker is Julie Belshi. Julie's parents were legally kidnapped from their home in August 2013 when a private guardian put them both into a conservatorship. She now dedicates her life to helping other families in similar situations. She is here to tell her story.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I first want to just start off and say thank you to each and every one of you. You are making the difference. I am so impressed with the Free Britney movement. I can't even tell you. Each one of you matters. You make the difference. Your voice is being heard, not only in the United States, but around the world. So bravo to you all. I want to start off with a quote. The true measure of any society can be found in how we treat its most vulnerable members, and that's by Gandhi. No matter how perfect your family is, your trusts, your estate planning, how perfect you feel you're prepared or your parents are prepared, anyone can be involuntarily placed into guardianship without a warning, with a knock on the door. That's what happened to my mom and dad. They were at home. They had a home on the golf course. They lived 15 minutes away from me. We were very close. I'm their only living child. I went to go see them. Their house was shut down. The blinds were closed wrong. The newspaper was on the front, which my dad got it every morning. So let me kind of just cut. I'm going to just kind of try to do this a little bit fast for you so you understand what happened. A private for-profit guardian named April Parks came into my parents' house, and she told them that they had 3 choices. Number 1, you can either come with us and look at this as a respite and go to an assisted living facility. And they were like, my mom was saying, get out of my house, get out of my house. At the time, my mom was recovering from chemoneuropathy. She was in a wheelchair, and April Parks said to my parents, you'll have all the legal documents within 2 hours. There were other people there. I am gag orders, so I'm kind of limited in what exactly I can tell you, but I can tell you this much. The second choice was, if you don't go with us, we will call the police and we will call the fire department, and you will be taken out and possibly arrested. In their home, mind you, on a Labor Day weekend, minding their own business. The third choice was that we could separate you and put you in a psych ward, okay? My dad is very protective of my mom. They've been married for 65 years. I'm sorry to say I've now lost my father, who was like my best friend in the whole entire world. This man treated anybody from the janitor to the CEO with respect. This was a good man who would give you the shirt off of his back. My mom was brought up in a house where we were taught to treat people the way we wanted to be treated. No matter if we lived in a big home, if we lived in an apartment, didn't matter. So, getting to the chase, they took my parents on that day. I went out there that day later on because I had plans to see them. I had 3 boys at the time. We've lost my son 5 months ago to a fatal car crash. My Evan, my angel. And I can tell you that I was mortified. I knew something was wrong right from the beginning. My mom was always home. I was like, where are my parents? Where are my parents? I had plans with them. They would tell me wherever they went. I came home and I told my husband, my parents are kidnapped. My husband goes, oh my God, come on, Julie. Like, they might be at Costco. They might be here. They might be there. They're running errands, what have you. Nope, wasn't the case. I called the hospitals. I called the police. The police told me it was a civil matter. I said, wait, these are my parents. On the first business day after Labor Day, I went and I drove back out there. Mind you, I was driving back and forth, calling them. And there was a note on the door that said, in case of emergency, contact April Parks, NCG, and her phone number. And I tore the note off the door. I'm like, you're not having your note on my parents' door. These are my parents. And I drove back home and I called her and I said, where are my parents? You can't just take my parents out of their home. They have a daughter, they have family that care for them. And she said to me, Julie, this is legal. 3 times. So I had to kind of like bite my tongue and remain as professional as I could because I wanted to see my mom and dad. And so she said, well, you can go see them. They're at Lakeview. And I said, I'm going to pick them up. She said, oh, no, you don't understand me. You cannot pick them up. You can go see them. So my husband and I went out there and we saw them. They were in horrible shape, horrible condition. My dad was lying on the couch in a fetal position. My mom was sitting in her chair crying. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Julie, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Crying. Other people were coming up to me saying, you've got to help me. You've got to help me. Taking my arm, saying, this April Parks, this April Parks. I did not know what I walked into. I knew I was a guardian because I have 3 kids at the time. Now I have 2. And I knew I was a guardian, but I didn't know what guardianship was. So I started looking all over the computer, researching, and it went from bad to worse. And here I'm thinking we live in the United States of America and we have our rights and that we're free. Don't buy into it. Let me tell you something. It's a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Okay? You need to protect yourselves. This doesn't just happen to older people. This happens to disabled people. This happens to children. This can happen to any of us, okay? So I just want to let you know, please get educated and talk about this continuously as you are. What happened to my parents is 22 months later, we were fortunate enough with getting them out of the guardianship. I say that, and there's 2 parts to this. Let me tell you something, because I have survivor's guilt. Most people do not get out of guardianship alive. Remember that, okay? Our guardianship 101 is isolate, over-medicate to cause Stockholm Syndrome, turn them against the family, and then they defame the family, and then after that, they fleece all the money, and in April Parks' condition, she cremated the bodies. They were found in a storage unit, yes. If you have a chance, watch The Guardians. I worked on this for 3 years, 300 hours. It's about the corruption in Nevada. It's directed by Billy Mintz. You can see it on, what is it?
Amazon
Prime, and also on iTunes. And also you can read from Rachel Aviv, How the Elderly Lose Their Rights. Please stay strong. Your voice matters. I am so impressed. I am so honored to be here with you. And I know my mom and dad are shining down on each one of you. And therefore, the grace of God goes each and every one of us. And we got to keep on fighting. Thank you. All right, guys. Justice for Rudy! Justice for Rudy!
Okay, guys, our next speaker is going to be Mary Bush. Thanks so much for sharing, Julie. I appreciate it so much. Mary Bush, for years, Mary Bush's mom resided in the care center where Mary was only allowed to visit once per month for an hour. Mary fought the system for years, but her mom was never free. Here's her story. Oh, sorry.
One moment right before Mary speaks. I just want to again thank you so much for all of you actually caring, giving any heart to these stories. Mary Bush, Julie Belchey, these are my friends, and I've always told you every time I come out here, everything that you have done has allowed stories like these, people who don't have a name, to share their story and to share the evil that has happened to them with the conservatorship court. So, you know, I love Mary, and I'm going to pass this on to you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all of you for showing up today, and thank every advocate who's ever worked on guardianship or conservative issues. And I hope we all continue to elevate this issue of fraudulent guardianships and conservationships. Thank you to the Britney movement and to my friend Angela Fawcett for your hard work in exposing this disgusting human civil rights violation. I also would like to ask for help from all Americans to demand oversight and accountability and investigations into these cases. Inalienable rights are non-transferable. That is a constitutional right. The legal community and our legislators have sworn oaths to uphold the Constitution, and they are not investigated nor are they held accountable for violations of those oaths. I am here today to give a voice to the victims, like my mother, Genevieve Bush, who Judge Catherine Platt, never giving her a single day in court in June of 2011, sentenced her to life without parole. Convicted felons have more rights than this. That's right. For the past 12 years of guardianship, she has suffered unfathomable injuries, isolation, and neglect, all condoned, participated, and promoted by the Chester County, Pennsylvania judges, attorneys, and even Adult Protective Services. The head of Adult Protective Services, Denise Getchin, I'm trying to hold accountable for the 12 years of never helping my mother. The district attorneys are involved. The attorney general and higher courts refuse to address this issue. My mother, Genevieve Bush, after 12 years, 6 of which she was unlawfully incarcerated into a system of parasitically attached nursing home and doctors, died alone this June 16th. The same pattern and practice of all victims in fraudulent guardianship experience. A court is holding hearings without a jury where unqualified experts make fraudulent diagnoses, then target and defame the legitimate chosen protector, then isolate, medicate, neglect the victim, all the while emptying the estates. Then after disposing of the victim, they finish it off in probate. My mother, Genevieve Bush, needs a criminal investigation into her case. If anybody's watching that can do that, please contact me. I'm in Westchester, Pennsylvania. The background is that her sons, Joseph and Michael Bush, abused their power of attorney when my father had a stroke. They stole $1.5 million from her. And then in 2007, she came back and she sued them. But then they used the guardianship system in 2009, suing her for guardianship to gain back the power and the money. In 2009, the attorney who opposed her in 2007, Alexander John Chakowski, filed for a fraudulent guardianship, filing papers that weren't true in the Orphans Court. He has profited to this day from 2007 till 9. In June of 2011, Judge Catherine Platt, without any due process, forced my mother into a guardianship, never once meeting her, never even seeing her face. In 2012, Judge Platt had me marshaled to the recorder's office and sign away our home. In 2013, then she evicted me and our pets. Then Genevieve Bush's son moved in, and within months, he digitally penetrated her multiple occasions. Ooh. The Chester County District Attorney told the Pennsylvania State Police to stand down and don't investigate it. In 2015, my mother was punched in her home, and then an attorney walked into her home of Nancy Pine and APS supervisor Doug Bernard, and they took my mother from her home with a court order signed by my mom's own attorney, Mark Tennell. She was put in Pocopson home and forced into a reclined jerry chair with the intention to cripple her. A for-profit guardian named Carol J. Hershey was then applied. She has no state license. She's a business owner who had a contract with APS, which is a conflict. Carol Hershey was assigned guardian. She began the false pretense billing and isolated my mom and started focusing and targeting me because I was advocating for the protection of my mother. The retaliation became swift. I was in the Park Lane nursing home where my mom was incarcerated, and I was calling the health department for her injuries, her neglect, and because I did that, I called the police for an investigation, but the police turned on me and beat me up out in the parking lot. I ended up in the hospital. My mom suffered broken bones. We were both threatened that they would make sure we never see each other again. And in 2018, Mom suffered a spiral fracture of her leg without any medical help for over 2 weeks. She was denied all this time to see her cardiologist, her urologist, her orthopedic doctor. She was denied physical therapy. In January 2016, I got her out via 911 to the hospital, but I was also attacked for doing that and targeted. All during this stuff, the DA's office in Chester County has told the police to stand down. The courthouse even went so far as using my email and my identity. We traced the IP address back to the courthouse. Judge Platt is in violation of Superior Court orders that said that my brother Michael Bush could never be a guardian. And just recently, Judge Brett Bender, after my mom died from all this in June of this year, had her secretly buried. Her body was just dumped in a grave, no funeral, no family, nothing. She was dumped like trash. Come on, Mary. You can do it.
Woo! You can do it! We believe!
In conservatorship abuse. Yeah. For me, fighting for my mom, I lost over $500,000 to attorneys, so I decided enough. I'm going pro se. I'm going to learn the law, and I'm coming after them. I currently have a federal case against the cop who beat me up. I have a case against the people who stole our home. I have a case in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and I'm going to try to do the probate thing that they're trying to do now, too. And the way they sell our homes is they sell them to home flippers, and ours went to Cameron Adams just a week before my mom died. My mom died on the 16th. On the 17th, they were filing in the court to get the money from the sale of the property. I had to watch Cameron Adams tell me, I'm going to take all your belongings out of the house and I'm going to piss on them. So he admitted that, and then he started dumping everything out of our house. There's no exception in the crimes code, but under these fraudulent guardianships and conservatorships, it goes on and on and on. They stand down. So, anybody who's interested, put your case on Judicialpedia, because we're trying to form a place where everybody can put their stuff, and we need to investigate, incarcerate, and end probate. The last thing I want to say is I saw my mom in January 2020, and I gave her, that's the last time I ever saw her live. And every time I saw my mom, I would say, make it last. It has to last forever now. I love you, Mom. Justice for Genevieve Bush!
Let's get that done.
Okay, I guess I'll introduce this lovely man. This is Tom Kelly. Tom Kelly is from Texas. I know there's some Texas out here. I know there is. My family's from Texas too. Anyway, I met Tom through Laura Thrash, but I heard his father's story through Juliet Fairley and a story that she had done. Tom Kelly is the honorable son of James Kelly, who was a Tuskegee Airman, who was placed in a fraudulent conservatorship, just like Britney Spears. This is a soldier. This is a man who stood for love and right and justice and protecting his country. Even a soldier can be placed in a fraudulent conservatorship. So I asked Tom to be here today and talk about this. Go ahead.
Thank you. But first of all, I'd like to give thanks to Miss Brittany and her platform for inviting us out here. Because if it wasn't for her, it wouldn't be possible for me to be here. Just telling you my story. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm going to ask each and every one of y'all to make a commitment to get involved. Not just the whole thing and signs. Make sure to go knock on these doors. Because, you know, everybody has a right to killing your mother. Okay, your mother whooped your butt a little too much, she go to jail. But what happens to these conservatorships, these garniships? They do everything proud to your mother or your father. They take clothes, throw it out in the middle of the street. Your mama's underclothes. Okay. They have no compassion because all it has to do is about the money. Okay? You get these garniships or these guardians, they're not even certified. You could be a guardian if it were me if I had a dime or two. And for me to be up here, you don't see too many African Americans up here on this type of platform because unless they have a dime or two. So what I'm saying is, Miss Brittany set the platform. She got you right here. Okay, now y'all gotta really go on and push forward. You gotta knock on the door. You got CBS, NBC. You got people out there looking for it. Okay, because if you don't take the chance now, you'll be up here doing this 10 years from now when your mother is in there. How would you like for me to go and just like change your mother's underclothes? Okay, it's all fun and games now. Okay, to get in there. We all have times. I even get tears if I think about it. Okay? You know, when they take things and you go in your mother's house, the things that you leave in your mother's house as a child and go into your adulthood, you have somebody else to come in and say, you know what, you don't need it. I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to sell it. Okay? I found my father's military uniform. My father was a Tuskegee Airman. Okay? Where African Americans wasn't even accepted. They wouldn't fought for all y'all's rights. Okay? Been called all types of names and been held at the esteemed honor of making becoming a commissioned officer to provide me rights to be here. When they just throw that up, they threw his uniform out in the street. My house that I've been in the house for 54 years. We don't need it. My parents been incarcerated. Excuse me. Not incarcerated, but you know, it's just like it is. Incarcerated. They don't have no rights. They strip the road. Okay? They go to bed, whatever they want to do. But when they take that away from all of y'all, okay, and give it to themselves. And so you're getting tired of having that money. I call it that campaign money because they're going to take your money, each and every one of y'all's money. And these judges are one of the next thing you know, they run for office off of your campaign. Okay, you got attorneys that have this money. They chop it up. They paying off this judge. They paying off that judge, but they stealing your wealth. Your parents have sacrificed to make sure that you go to school. To do whatever y'all want to do. If you want to be a man, girl, whatever, that's your right. That's what your mother or your parents decided for you to do. Okay? For you to say, hey, be all you can be. But you can't do that with these conservatorships. Okay? They don't care who you are. They don't care what color you are. They want to make sure they get the money. Okay? And I know it's a little early, but I just want to say what I got to say. Number one, I want to thank you. Okay? Because I'm really upset. There's been many times that I've been sitting down in front of Walmart, ready to do some things, you know, sitting out in front of some people's houses, ready to handle court in the street. But if I did that, I wouldn't be able to be up here to try to share you my experience for y'all to go in. I need I need all y'all, each and every one of you. Okay? Each and every one. Just like Brittany got you out here. You need to tell somebody. Reach out. Okay? You can be whatever you want to be. Do what you want to do. Get these judges come. And if they don't want to listen to you now, wait till election time. Get rid of them. Okay? Get rid of them. Because you don't take your money. Your mama won't be stuck out somewhere where you have to ask permission for somebody like me. Can I go see my mother? Can I take her out to dinner? Can I have her? Okay, your mother used to wash you every day. They said, no, your mother only gets to take a bath every 2 days. Okay? I'm going to charge you $8,000, $15,000 a month in this thing. Okay? And they don't feed them a sandwich on Saturday. Okay? Sunday, they be happy to see you. And they might get a bath on Tuesday. Okay? You don't want to do it. Your mama would sacrifice too much. She took 9 months. I'm sorry, I wasn't my mouth. But the last thing to tell you, get rid of these folks. Because when they buried my father, they even took the flag off his casket. Okay? I don't even have that. So they will take everything. But once again, I want to give thanks to Miss Brittany, Miss Angelique, and her associates, and all of y'all.
Thank you for
Okay, I really appreciate it.
Justice for Jane! And since we have a Texan here, we gotta give him one big yeehaw. I need me some queso, for real. All right, guys, our next speaker is a woman who needs absolutely no fucking introduction. She has made this movement crop up. She's brought all of these wonderful people here to tell their story. We couldn't have done this without her, and thank you so much for your vision. Sorry for that. Free Nichelle Nichols, let's go.
Thank you, Vanessa. Yes. I just want to let you know that I feel so at home with you guys because I feel like you understand what all of us are going through because you cared to care about a woman that you don't even know. Your intuition for Free Britney! Your intuition, you knew that she was in pain and she was in strife and she was struggling and you got your asses up and you said, we're going to free her and we're going to do it now. I have been on these marches with you and I am honored to be on these marches with you. You're the kind of people change the damn world. I know Brittany loves you. And I know every single person now in America who is suffering under conservatorship abuse is saying those Free Britney people, though, they're making a way for us. So I want you to know this is why I brought these people because I wanted you to really know I wasn't kidding. You are affecting people's lives in a positive way. Those who are deceased, we can stand up and get justice for. The other ones who are still in conservatorships, then you stand and fight for them by standing for Brittany. I want to say thank you for saying free Nichelle Nichols. She knew, thank you, she knew that something was going to go on in her life. When she got sick, non-mind related illness, non-issues that would affect someone's sense, she knew after being thrown into a rest home by her son that she better protect herself. And she did. She asked me to stand up for her. I did. Years later, after she'd been allegedly stolen from by a talent manager, I have to say allegedly, her son comes in, takes over her whole life. I say, hey, this is what Nichelle wants. Nichelle's like a mother to me. She's not my blood, but she's like a mother to me. This is what Nichelle wants. No one wanted to listen.
The probate department and Stanley Moss did not want to listen. They denied me my opportunity to file a petition to stand up for her rights. I went to court 3.5 years, stood up for her on my own time. I did exactly what my friend said. How many of you have older friends or neighbors who say, just come check on me? Well, that was Nichelle. And her son stayed away from her for 6 years. And some people say, oh, well, family. Well, did Brittany's family treat her right? No. Hello? They did not. Okay. That's right. So I stand here today and just briefly let you know, Nichelle Nichols, she asked to live and die in her home. Simple request. She did not get that. Her home is now sold for $2.2 million. 2 weeks ago, I went to court online, Stanley Moss Courthouse. I objected to the accounting. $2.2 million home, not even listed in the accounting. And now the son wants to pay himself $40,000 to take care of his mother every year. She didn't ask him to do that. And I'm sorry, I took care of 2 parents to their death. I didn't get paid because I didn't want to. She wiped my behind. I sit and I watch as she's lost 50 pounds. And then I look on her accounting and she has a steady stream of fast food given to an elderly 88-year-old woman. So I'm going to continue to stand up for my friend. She would be proud of you guys. I know you don't know her, but this is her. She would be proud of you. She would say, those free Britney people, though, they're making a difference. So I just want to thank you all for making a difference. I love you to the day I die. Free Britney! Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. One more time. Free Nichelle! Free Nichelle! All right. Now we got another Texas Belle over here. Miss Laura Craft. Come on, honey. Come on down. Can I get a yeehaw? Yeehaw! And what do we want? Free Britney! What do we want? Now! All right, guys.
Thank you so very much to the Britney movement for inviting me to speak here today. None of us would be here today if it weren't for Britney herself. The most bravest and strongest woman we all know, who has endured 13 years of being in an abusive conservatorship controlled by her father. It just sends shivers up my spine thinking about a father imprisoning his adult daughter and taking millions and millions of dollars of income earned by Britney. It's appalling abuse of the law. And the first thing people always ask me is, how did this horrific guardianship start? It starts, and I'm going to tell you the story about what led my husband, Charlie Thrash, into a guardianship. Unlike Britney, my common law husband's guardianships began relatively slowly, then snowballed into a legal entrapment that was remarkably similar to Britney and Nichelle Nichols, and much like anyone else in the guardianship. Here's an outline of the main event, and in every turn, anyone in any position to help Charlie avoid a guardianship did the exact opposite, and basically set him up so that the next person we could contact could further push him into this guardianship. It was horrible. It started in 2016 when Charlie went to write a will and new advance directives, which were to include me since in 2012 I had been living with Charlie. That action by Charlie didn't set well. The probate attorneys were alerted in San Antonio, Texas, that Charlie Thrash, the local hot rod drive shaft king with a custom drive shaft, who's visiting Southern California, John Forth Racing in Yorba Linda, here at the Pearson Museum, was about to leave me all of his money and give me power of the attorney. Charlie's choice didn't sit well with a lot of San Antonio people who were hoping to be his beneficiaries. Some of these extended family members of Charlie's families included some people that he had never had a relationship with, including Tanya Barina, his grandniece. Many of you got to know Tanya Barina through the Netflix documentary Dirty Money episode about what goes on in abusive guardianships and conservatorships. Not just Brittany, not just Charlie, but a large percentage of people who are forced into this imprisonment, taking advantage of it in every which way. Many of you saw that Netflix. It was removed due to successful lawsuits to silence the truth about what goes on in abusive conservatorships. So the attorney who became Charlie's temporary guardian attorney testified in May and in July 2018 that I had committed no financial fraud because those allegations were false. I had not taken a single penny of Charlie's money. Here is the court document. In fact, all of the court documents, everything I say is all backed up by proof. If you don't believe me, read what's in the notebook. It's evidenced by those attorneys and judges who signed on them. So long story short, when Charlie was thrown into this whole, horrific guardianship by the judge who had stood there and said, you don't even need a guardianship. Roy takes great care. The attorney had lied him, and my attorney wrote a letter to the first judge, Tom Rickoff, letting him know that the only reason the estranged family, Tanya Barina and the two ex-stepdaughters, were involved was to help themselves to Charlie's estate. So Charlie's cases start ratcheting up a notch when Tanya Barina joined forces with these ex-stepdaughters that he had never really had a relationship with after this bitter 25-year-old divorce from their mother. So that corrupt use, this is very important for y'all to learn. Use with a corrupt use of guardianship as a means of disrupting and interfering.
Sweltering. Okay, guys, sorry. I'm sweaty. I came over in the shade for a second. Also, so I could read the comments. Hi, everyone. That just came in. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to show, everything that's going on. There's tons of people here. There's tons of media. Channel 4, Channel 2, Fox News. They're all on the other side. They're also on the sidewalk over there. So I just came over here to get a break because it's hot. And if you guys don't know, the girl that was talking before, she was on Moesha. She was the friend, and Michelle Nichols is Captain Uhura from Star Trek. So, free her too. This all goes so far back, and I'm way behind on the chat. I cannot read it unless I'm in the shade. But hello, everyone that's joined me. And B, the one that said that she won't get freed, I think she will eventually. This is not going to be I don't think today will be the end of it. It'll take a while. There's a lot of stuff. But she has her own attorney, and she's starting to get her freedoms back. Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Calvin. Hi, TC. The hearing starts at 1:30. It's 1:44, so they might be in court. There's only a few people that are allowed inside the court. You have to get picked to be in there, and there's some media in there. So eventually they will. I don't know. I don't think it's public like it was last time. Last time it was public and you could hear what was going on. So we just have to wait for people to come out and report on what's happening. And the transcripts will eventually be public probably in about a week or so. So that's what we're waiting for. They have the street shut down until 3:30 here, and then we have to move over to the sidewalk. The media is on the sidewalk, and all the advocates and protesters are in the street. So I'll show you guys. See? That's all the media is on the other side. So I'll go back over there in a minute. I just had to cool off. It is quite Free Britney. So I haven't been commentating because I don't want to interrupt what they're saying. And also I can't see the chat when I'm out in the sun at all. Like it's too bright and glary. But if you guys could give me a thumbs up for this, it would help me a lot. If you want to subscribe, I'm a big Britney fan, and everyone who knows me knows I am. I'm going to go back over there in a second. So just wait a minute. Marilyn, I'll get some water when I'm done. I don't want to have to go to the bathroom. I found a place like 3 blocks away I can get like something to eat and go to the restroom when this is done. So I don't want to have to go to the bathroom because there's no restrooms over here. So I don't want that to be a deterrent. Nicole, I am too. To think that this started as people saying it was conspiracy theory and that it was just a podcast that was talking about her Instagram to this. And it has like such movement. And I'm wearing my Free Britney shirt. Yay, Free Britney. And we all got a flower. And I signed the thing. Britney means so much to me. It really does. To be honest, she got me through heart attacks, strokes, divorce, surgeries, heartbreak, all kinds of stuff. And so, I mean, I might be way older than her. I could be her mom, but I don't care. I'm okay. I'm good. I had water before this started, and then I will afterwards. So I'll be good. It's not, at least it's not like 90 degrees today. It's mild. It's just hot in the sun. That's all. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. I wanted to come before, and it just didn't happen. So I just happened to be off work today, and I am very happy to be here and to lend my support. I made these shirts on my Teespring because I didn't want to give profit to anyone that is benefiting from her. That's also why I didn't wear any of my merch, because it benefits her father. So this, and then the profits I had, I sent to the Free Britney movement. So yeah, I don't want to have chomp, chomp, chomp face. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. That's so nice. Thank you for the super sticker. That's very sweet. That's very nice, guys. I'll go back over there in a little bit. My arm just hurt from holding the thing. And by the way, guys, I do have my mask. I just took it off because I'm kind of in a corner, like in front of this restaurant in the shade. But when I would go over there, I'll put it back on. Here, I'll walk you around and you guys can see the media and stuff like that. And then I'll come back over here to the podium. Okay. There's a huge amount of media presence here. So all the street is blocked off. This is where the main courthouse is. And then this is the family court over here. If you are at all familiar with downtown LA. Let me put my mask on since I'm going to be around people. Okay. Got my mask on. This is all the media. They're interviewing people, talking about these people right here. That they were on the documentary on Hulu. I don't want to get in the middle of all the media. Oh, somebody is dressed as Toxic. Somebody's dressed as Toxic. Great name. Let me show you.
Today, there has been no detail from the guardian and conservator as to how they have managed my mother's estate. We have no record of what they paid the lawyer. We have no record of what they paid themselves. I learned what is legal and what is simply ignored by them. Oh, by the way, judges have immunity. A broken predatory interpretation. Are painfully aware that the system is broken. They're ignoring the law. I've learned that don't always adhere because they have immunity. Let's say it one more time. The judges have immunity. Let's do a Free Britney. Free Britney! Free Britney! We need a federal law that protects families from equity theft. We need a federal law that keeps wills and trusts in place. Yes! We need a federal law that outlines the roles and responsibilities for those involved.
So, a lot of you guys don't know, but my grandma, when she was sick, my dad left her in her house by herself, and she got mugged, and she had dementia, and my stepmom told her that I hated her and that I had stolen all her money. But that's not the case, of course. And I wasn't allowed to see her. And my dad just let her be there. Going on the bus, going places and being vulnerable. And he did not do anything. And I had no power to do anything. She fell down and was in her house for 3 days and was found by the neighbor, taken to Kaiser, and she didn't want to see my dad. She wanted to see me, and that's when I got to see her again. I wanted to be her guardian, and I wasn't allowed to be. When she passed away, I found out that my stepmom had her sign a fraudulent living will and cut me out of everything. I didn't fight it because I didn't want to dishonor my grandma. So this all really touches me in a deep way. It's not about money. It's about that. My dad basically abused her and didn't act like it was abuse. And I'm still the asshole. I'm still the bad one. So when people ask me why I didn't see my dad, that's why. There's a lot of stuff that, but I'm still the bad one. Always the bad one. Okay, I'm gonna go back over there.
We love you, Brittany. We're going to march for you. We're going to picket for you, and we're going to do it today, right now. We're going to start over there. What we're going to do, we've gotten the whole street. We'd like to thank the city of LA. We'd like to personally thank Ms. Kimmy Dixon at the permit office. We'd like to thank the police and the sheriffs and everyone who allowed us to get this permit. So thank you, and all you sheriffs over there. I know I see you sheriffs over there. We thank you for protecting us, and we also thank you to VC Group, who is within our crowd, and they are protecting us, making sure we're all get together and safe. They are awesome. All right, so we're gonna start. We're gonna pick it in an oval since we have the whole street. So we're gonna start over there, and we're just gonna march around and around until we get tired, and then we get tired, we can start again and do what we need to do. Melanie? Okay. Melanie, where are you, Melanie? Oh, there she is. Let's go!
Conservatorship has got to go. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Conservatorship has got to go. Ho, ho. Conservatorship has got to go. Ho, ho. Conservatorship has got to go. Hey, hey.
No more human trafficking. Shut down these courts. Shut down these corrupt courts. If they'll do it completely, they'll do it to any of you.
Lock her up! Lulu! Lock her up! Lulu! Lock her up! Lock her up! Lock her up! Lock her up! Woo! Right. Free Britney! I love that flag. I want it in my house. Free Britney! Free Britney! Free Britney, bitch! Woo! Free Britney! And the conservatorship of you! We out here! Free Britney! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Woo! This is the sign everyone's signing. Lock her up! 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 gonna get heated right now. Britney's body, Britney's choice. Britney's body, Britney's choice.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. There's another guy here live streaming.
Fuck Jamie Spears! Investigate!
When she gets free.
I think this guy with the megaphone might be a city worker. I don't know if his job with the city of Los Angeles would like him being here, just saying. So if anybody wants to find this guy and where he actually works.
That's right. That's what this is about. This is a violation of constitutional due process rights. Where's the jury? There is no jury. He's a 15-year-old.
Free Britney Spears and fuck Judge Penny! Free Britney Spears and fuck Judge Penny! Free Britney Spears and fuck Judge Penny!
Fuck Judge Penny!
Fuck Judge Penny! Fuck Judge Penny!
Fuck Judge Penny!
Fuck Judge Penny!
We're here, bitch! We're trying to talk to you, bitch! You're the only person that can free Britney Spears! I don't give a fuck about no cops. I don't give a fuck about no cameras. We are here to talk to fucking Judge Penny, and you need to free her because we're sick of this shit. You need to let go of Britney Spears and stop making money off of her, you fucking bitch. Yes. I want my money to go to Britney, not to her fucking dad that fucking this misogynist asshole. Period.
Okay, do we know who this guy is and where his channel is? I think he's live. He has a nifty gimbal. I do not.
on record that what Britney wants is a suspension of Jamie Spears today. Rosengarten accused him of abusing her not just in the last 13 years, but since childhood. We'll keep you updated with more court updates, but in the meantime, we are very excited to have former wardrobe stylist to Britney herself. Finally, I get to see all your faces. This is a dream come true for me. I flew in from New York City. Thank you. I paid all my expenses gladly. Oh yes, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else today. I really feel in my heart that Jamie's going to be gone today. What I want is what you guys want, which is what Britney wants. I am so happy to say that Britney was my favorite boss of all time. She was my boss at 18 years old. Yes! That's our bad bitch. And we need you back, Britney. To do whatever it is that you want to do. Our love is unconditional, Britney. I don't have to tell this to your fans because they know. But I want people that don't know Britney, that have judged her for so many years, I want you guys to know that Britney is kind, Britney is generous, Britney is intelligent, Britney is, she's the light, she is fun, she's creative, she's so fucking talented. And I am here today because when I found out that this was going on, I asked a lot of our mutual friends, and unfortunately, they are not here today. A lot of them wish they could be, and you guys understand what would stop them from being here today. I was very lucky that I never got to sign anything. Because at the time that I was working for her, for my beautiful boss, it was a small group, and fee was Fee and Britney said to me, "We want you with us all the time." So I was very fortunate to feel part of the inner circle of the family. So those were the good old days. That's what we call them, the good old days. So nobody was there to not separate us from Britney. We had access. I would hang out with her on the plane, sitting next to her. That's how we came up with the "Oops, I Did It Again" video concept. Britney is so generous that you'll find the video on my Instagram of her telling that story, telling that we were sitting next to each other. Iconic. She's so confident. She'll share. She'll collaborate. That's what I loved the most about my job, was that she collaborated with the choreographers, with the dancers, with the hairstylists, with the makeup artists. She's a queen! I have goosebumps, guys. I do. It's like I have chills. I haven't seen her in so many years, but you know why? Because when you leave a job, and I wanted to stay on the job, but I left the job because the only people that were positive were Britney and Fee. Everyone else was toxic. So she was my only client before Britney, and after Britney, I wasn't a stylist. I'm not a stylist. I'm not in the entertainment industry. I'm not here for clout. I am here because as a person, as a human, I couldn't believe that no one that knows her, that spent time with her, has ever been here to the rally with you guys. Absolutely. And absolutely. And if Britney and Sam, if you guys are watching this, I want to see you, Brit. I want to see you. All the good people in your life, Brit.
Britney, the fashion industry. So I knew who the greatest photographers were, who the best fashion stylists were, who all of that was. So when I met Britney and I loved her so much, I just wanted the best for her, which is what we would all do, right? Yeah. Right. So I was opening up opportunities and doors for her. I was calling, you know, Oscar de la Renta, Dolce & Gabbana, like all of these brands, because she was being dressed in good designers like BCBG and BB and all of that. But I wanted her to experience, like, you deserve that and more, you know? So I put her in that Chloe outfit with the, you know, the gray jumpsuit with the neck down, yeah, and the white dress with the white fur. My favorite experience with her, which I have to share with you, Britt, if you're watching. I never told you this, but it was in Vegas. We were there for the Billboard Awards, 1999, and I got these Dolce & Gabbana shorts for her with strings. Okay, so I didn't think, like, oh my God, she's making a backflip in her performance today. How about if she, like, gets caught in the, yeah. So I'm in her hotel room, and, you know, I'm just trying on stuff because I had to measure the top because it was folded in, so I had to go measure it so I can go and, like, take it to the seamstress to get it. So I'm looking at her in the shorts, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna say, hey Britt, do you mind doing a backflip? She looked at me and she goes, here? Now? Okay. Guys, in that moment, I was empowered to say, listen, I gotta watch out for her. I don't want her to fall and right? But at the same time, if you think they could do that now? You think anybody that works for her could, like, ask her to do something like that? No. There's just so many, you know, restrictions. Yeah, so handlers. So she did the backflip in a hotel room, the size of this, in that space that we were. You know? She's a professional. She's on. She loves her job. I don't need to tell you this. I don't need to tell you what you guys know. You guys know more than I do. She's an athlete. Oh my God. I have so many down my back. So that was my favorite moment because now I look back and I go, shit. Because yeah, like she could have fallen in that hotel room, and then the Billboard Awards would be, you know, her performance would be canceled. So that was one of my favorite moments. Also, the coming up with the "Oops, I Did It Again" video concept, being on a flight and just being creative and just coming up. I said to her, listen, enough. We're not going to do those videos where, you know, you're the girl at home and then you're on the roof with the guy and blah blah. You are the future. You're going to Mars. And she's like, I love it. And that's what I love about her. She's spontaneous. She's natural. She's humble. She's iconic. She's all the things that we love about her.
Living legend.
I always looking like, what am I, Latina, this and that? I am the free Britney. A fan of the fans. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I am so proud of Kevin, of Leon, of Meg, of John, of every name that I have met, Bryn, every name that I have met that have put me in touch with the movement, because I had no idea what was going on. I found out after you guys found out. And even then, when I asked people that we knew in common, and I asked them, is this really happening? They're like, no, this is not happening, because if Britney is Britney, and if she wanted to be out of this conservatorship, she would be out of it. Yeah, right. So look at us now. And it's been, I don't know how many months. I had for a year. The point is that you know, a 40-year-old woman, smart and that talented with so much power, could just call the judge and just say, get me out of this. I don't know what that is. Is it like the Oscars when like the music starts going? Okay, so worse than what we thought, right? And I guess it keeps getting harder because I just heard Meg say that he's been abusing her since she was a kid. Now I understand why, you know, he was such a dark presence the 2 times that I probably saw him around. So I just keep thinking of all the fun times, how talented she is, how good of a person she is, how she always was a friend to me, how she gave me advice on relationships, and I gave her advice on relationships, and like, we were just normal, just the way I would be with people, which I'm sure it hasn't been like that with her for so long, and that's what I want back for her. I want her to be, to have her normal life, right? To choose her friends, to have her experiences, to like, if she makes a mistake like we all do every day, get up and keep going because we know she's the strongest bitch ever. So that's it, guys. I'm really happy to be here. So let's free Britney! Yes, we've got a court update. Sorry, I'm too tall for this thing. Is this on? Okay. So basically what we suspected is the case. Some of the last 15 minutes, Rosengart wants a suspension to keep Jamie from getting a settlement. And so that they are still able to still change discovery in 30 to 45. Come back. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Jamie's attorneys argue that the conservatorship should be terminated and settled because all parties agree. But Rosengart disagrees. Jamie does not deserve a settlement.
No! Fuck that!
In addition to just money and delay, attorney for Britney argues Jamie wants termination instead of suspension and orderly termination because it means he won't have to turn over records.
Yes! Yes!
Avoiding abuses and behavior being exposed is what's going on. We have one more speaker, so I'm just going to do a few house rules again. So we have to be completely out of the street by 3:30. So at 3 o'clock, we're going to start pushing you guys that way. Please just listen to us and get out of the street so that we don't get in trouble. And then we have one more speaker. After that, we will continue to come up here and give court updates periodically. You can also follow Britney Law Army on Twitter. They've got several people in the courtroom that are coming out and giving information. And that's it. So our very last speaker was one of the first, government officials, I guess, if you will, to speak up for Free Britney. He's been coming a long time, and we're very grateful for his advocacy. He is a disability rights activist and Burbank City Council member. This is Constantine Anthony.
Thank you. I'm going to leave us alone because I have light sensitivity. I am the first ever elected autistic official in the history of California. And in July of this year, I was elected chair of the California Democratic Party's Disabilities Caucus. We are very interested in what is happening here today. We have been for many years, and in fact, I have been working on fighting these conservatorship abuses since 2018, when at the time Governor Brown signed SB 1045, which expanded conservatorship rights of the court to San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco County. That's right, expanded in 2018. Currently, SB 1045 is locked up in a bunch of lawsuits, so hopefully its expiration date is in 2 years, and they don't renew it because we did a lot of work to keep that thing from getting enacted, and it's just stuck in the courts. And that's what we're doing on the ground and in the legal system. But I'm here to talk to you today about what you can do. So first and foremost, there is a bill sitting on Governor Newsom's desk. It's the Assembly Bill 1194. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the bill is and what you can do about it. It does a few things. First and foremost, it allows the judge to appoint legal counsel as determined by the conservatee. That is what happened here in this case a few weeks back. That was court setting precedent because that has never happened in the state of California. The judge went out of their way to do that, breaking precedent with many years. I mean, we're talking decades of conservatorship law. 1194 takes what that judge did and puts it into law. That is only one part of it. It includes a provision for a friend, acquaintance, or distant family relative to petition the court for an investigation if there are allegations of abuse. Currently, as we all know, everything that's been happening in there has been sealed off. She can't invite friends. She can't have any of her people that she's been with for years, wardrobe, hair, makeup, stylist, anyone who has seen her, knows her, cannot be in that room advocating for her. So this law changes that and allows people to petition investigation. And lastly, and most importantly, it requires the court at regular intervals to consider terminating or relaxing the conservatorship. Until now, every judge who gets a conservatorship simply goes along to get along. What is the status quo? Where are they at now? Nothing's changed. Move it down, kick the can down the river, and then not worry about it. This changes the impetus on the judge to be active in looking for an end to the conservatorship, or at the least, relaxing the restraints of the conservatorship.
Right. So they can do their fucking job.
That's right. So real quick, the bill is Assembly Bill 1194, for shorthand. We in the political world call it AB 1194. It's all one word, no dashes, no hyphens, no dots. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you are on Instagram or Twitter or wherever you're at, if you're on a live feed, go to the other one. Gavin Newsom has his messages open on Instagram. So
Gavin Newsom acknowledge what's going on.
Well, he was busy with a recall, so I'll give him that. But now is the time to sign bills. He has until October 2nd to sign AB 1194. So go into your Instagrams right now, open up his account, click on message, and say, hey, Gavin, sign AB 1194, #FreeBritney. If you're on Twitter, we can make this thing go viral. Open up a new tweet. Say, hey, @Gavin Newsom, sign AB 1194.
You guys do that, please.
#FreeBritney. We all do that right now. We're going to flood his inbox. We're going to flood his mentions. So, again, @Gavin Newsom, hey Gavin Newsom, sign AB 1194. AB 1194.
AB 1194.
AB 1194. AB 1194. All right, so that's just one step. Now that only fixes the issues we have with current conservatorship law. What we need is a movement in this state and across the country to move away from the idea of conservatorship itself. I'm talking about an abolitionist movement of conservatorships. It is abuse. It's the very nature, and let's talk about that. The very nature of the idea that somebody else is in charge of another person's rights is antithesis to the very Constitution that founded this country. Exactly. All right? We need to move. We'll get an update on that in just a second. So real quick, go ahead. All right, we'll get get confirmation on that in just a minute. So in closing, please stay active. It's not just Brittany. When Brittany gets free today, hopefully it's happening. When Brittany gets free today,
She will be free today.
exactly, she will be free today. We're talking about the future. We're talking about Nichelle Nichols. We're talking about Amanda Bynes. We're talking about everyone here who has loved ones, family members who they themselves were put in conservatorship. This is happening not just in California, but across the country. We need to change to a mode of, hiring your own attorney, doing that power of attorney system, where you have checks and balances, where you work with somebody to protect your interests, where we have advocates who are protecting the rights of the individual, not the individual as a conservatee. Okay? A living will, a living trust. All of these issues exist. And the founding fathers of this country put those in place. I mean, those have been around for centuries, the way we have to protect people. These conservatorship laws have only come around in the last century because people didn't want to deal with their elderly parents or their disabled family members. They didn't want to go through the work. We can do that work. We live in the wealthiest country on the face of the planet. And if we can't take care of every single citizen, every single resident, every single person who lives in this country, then we don't deserve to be the wealthiest. So let's change it. Let's change it together. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you being here. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to all the people who have been helping this. Megan, Kevin, Junior, Leanne, Vanessa, Angelique. These folks, I mean, there's a stage in the middle of the street in Los Angeles. I mean, free Britney, everybody. Free Britney. Thank you so much.
Abolish judicial immunity!
Y'all just listen to Diego all night, all right? Okay, guys, we are getting close to wrapping up, but in the meanwhile, you know what? We have this fucking street. Let's make some fucking noise! What do we want? Free Britney! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Free Britney! Do we want it? Now! All right, guys, stay loud, stay proud. Let's take over the street. We got it for a little bit longer, all right? We'll come back with some weird updates.
Hey, ho, ho! The conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
The conservatorship has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Never before in history has a spotlight been put on these corrupt dictator judges and the whole racket of human trafficking, using the courts to traffic people. By force, fraud, fabrication, tampering with evidence, official agreement, that's how we do it.
choice.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
Lulu, lock her up!
Lulu, lock her up.
Lulu, lock her up!
Lulu, lock her up.
Lulu, lock her up!
Lulu, lock her up.
What do we want? Free Britney! What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Britney.
What do we want?
Now.
Stop human trafficking by these corrupt courts.
Lulu, lock her up. Lulu, lock her up. Lulu, lock her up. Now. Ship has got to go. Hey, hey. Conservative ship has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Conservative ship has got to go. Now. Free Britney. Now. Free Britney. Now. Lulu, lock her up. Lulu, lock her up. Britney's body, Britney's choice. Britney's body, Britney's choice. Britney's body, Britney's choice.
Yes. Okay, so I came in the shade so I can read what you guys are saying. I'm sweating all over the place. So they said that they're going through the motions right now that have been presented. Her father wants it to just be dissolved, because if they dissolve it and just end it, then he doesn't have to turn over everything he's been doing. All the financial records, all the wiretapping, all the other stuff. And he doesn't want that. He wants the immunity. He wants to be protected. And her attorney, Rosengard, is saying no. So that's what's happening right now. They're going through, like, they're in there right now. So it'll probably be going on till like 4 or 4:30. They have the Free Britney movement has this right now. So I'm going to go walk with them. I just wanted to come over here for a second and look at what you guys were saying, because I can't see anything over there. But I thank you for like sticking with this and watching it. Very interesting. I wish I had more to report. I probably will. I'll probably add it on to the end of this video, or make it a separate little video, like when everything comes down, or when the court documents are released. Yeah, but I'm not going to have this go the whole time either. But I'm going to go walk with everybody, and I'll flip you guys around. I'll have it go for a little bit more. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Paxton, court is still in session. They started like at 2. I think they can go till 4 or 4:30. I think that's when court ends. They're like, having arguments and stuff like that. And it's really heartwarming that oh my God, I can't even think of her name right now. Girl that was in Moesha, she's friends with Nichelle Nichols, which was Captain Uhura in Star Trek, and she's under a bad conservatorship. So she's here right now. She's talking with the media right there in front of me. Yes, she does. And the fact that somebody said that one of the speeches that all these people are out here for a person we don't even know personally,
Hey, where did all the protesters go? Well, are they coming back this way or not? Oh, just going around the courthouse?
Okay, I'm going to go walk with everybody, okay?
I got so splitted up, I'm not able to stay out that film for a while. Ricky actually knew me as Spider-Man.
Okay, there's her stylist right there. So I'm going to walk this way. I doubt she'll talk to me. She's talking.
That's some dust. Yes.
You're welcome. The court is competent. Talk about what's important. Investigate why the hell there's 1,000 missing prostitutes and we can't get one news organization in Los Angeles to cover it. Not all judges
I can hear them. I'm catching up. I don't want to run down steps. That'd be bad. Ooh, look, water. Oh, it's like the Bellagio fountains. It's like a strip walk. I'm hilarious, aren't I? So they're doing it over here because the judges' chambers are right underneath this, where they are right here. She's right over there. So they want to make sure that they can hear it. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Free Britney!
Wait, I was on the Washington Post live feed? Ho-ho! Conservatorship has got to go! Hey! Conservatorship has got to go! Kissy Cat, every single news station, news outlet is over there. There's at least 50 of them. It's insane. But they came over here because this is where the judge chambers are. So that's why they're doing this over here. There's some sheriffs watching us too. Britney's body's Britney's choice. Britney's body's Britney's choice. Britney's body's Britney's choice. Britney's body's Britney's choice. Britney's body, Britney's choice. Britney's body, Britney's choice. Kissy Cat, Jamie Spears needs to go to jail. Fuck that man. Now! Her dad is an abuser and has been since her childhood. He needs to be held accountable.
Fuck that show! It sucks!
Hey, Elton. Hi, guys.
Jail, Jamie, jail, Lou! Jail, Jamie, jail, Lou!
Lou Taylor is the one ahead of TriStar that needs to be investigated also.
Jail, Jamie, jail, Lou! Jail, Jamie, jail, Lou! Jail, Jamie, jail, Lou! Free Britney! Now! Free Britney! Now!
Free Britney! Now! Free Britney! Now! Free Britney! Now! Now!
Tormenting.
Conservatorship has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Conservatorship has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Conservatorship has got to go. Conservatorship has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Conservatorship has got to go.
I did. I was sitting in my booth. You got a weapon. Oh, this that's a weapon.
Nunchuck us right.
I know.
Britney's lawyer, Matthew Rosengart, argues that her father, Jamie Spears, placed recordings and monitoring devices to control his daughter. He says these devices were placed in even her bedroom and included conversations with her children and attorney. This is what he just said in court, y'all. Hold on, I'm nervous.
Sorry, it's okay.
I'm fucking proud.
She did not say free Britney, but can I get a mango? Let me get a mango. Yeah, I know. I want fucking mango. I ain't got no cat.
company and everyone and her sister. Fuck her sister. Fuck her mom. Fuck her dad. All of them need to go to jail. That's who's holding her. And the California court system. I suggest, if you don't know about the Free Britney movement, there are 3 documentaries right now that are online that you can watch. 2 on Hulu, 1 on Netflix. It will give you a background of what's happening.
Yeah. Hey, why are we on for? You did pretty well last time. Stop the freak show. Yeah, it's my favorite fucking song.
She's not a slave for you. If you guys could please at Gavin Newsom on Twitter and ask them to pass the bill, that'd be great. Instagram also. Look for Free Britney hashtag on Twitter. I think they can only go to the 4:30 or something.
Oh, yeah.
No, they have to get this
Yeah, because of court.
Yeah.
Well, then Matt got it spewing his mouth out. That's not me, it's somebody else.
That last, Hill Street Blues.
Hi, how are you? Oh, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down for a second. I'm over in a corner. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have this go. They're just basically taking care of court business right now, and I can't. And they're going to push us onto the sidewalk anyways. Do you guys want me to keep going or end it, and then I can provide an update later? It's up to you. I'm watching a news reporter. I think he's from Channel 4. He looks very Channel 4. Maybe Channel 5. I don't know. He looks very put together. I could never. Maybe I could. This is Cinnamon reporting live from the San Luis Courthouse in downtown LA to bring you the latest on the Britney Spears case. Take it away, Amy. I kid. I have to sit for a second. Cinnamon's tired, and I'm sweaty. Oh, thank you, Steph. Yes, Queen Mercury, there is a lot of people. I would say maybe about 300 people, and then all the news media and everything like that considering when this all started, there was like 10 people here, and that's it. Like a year ago. Yeah. I suggest you listen to the Britney Instagram podcast or the Toxic Britney podcast. They're the ones that started this all. They're the ones that got all the information. There's 2 documentaries on Hulu right now called Framing Britney Spears and Controlling Britney Spears. And then there's a Netflix one that I don't think is as good as the Hulu ones, called Britney versus Spears, that just came out yesterday. And when you watch it, it's heartbreaking. And then you understand everything that's going on way more in depth, because now people are talking. People are coming out and saying what really happened, because a lot of people had to sign non-disclosure agreements because they could get sued and in trouble for saying anything. But now, you know, that she's spoken, people are starting to come out, and information is coming out. Wait, a lot of the mainstream lives have gone dark, really? Then I guess I should stay on, right? I don't know, they haven't told me anything. So I know it's a lot of, you know, sit around and wait. But, you know, I feel like this is the least I can do. I'm sorry, I'll go over there where everybody else is in a minute. I just have to sit down for a second and cool off because I'm sweating. And there's, let's see, what is that? I think that's Eyewitness News. I think Channel 7 is up above us. And I think Channel 11's over there, like Fox News. Oh no, we got low battery close. Okay, I will keep going till my battery dies. I do have a battery charger, but to hold that and this, I don't know if I brought my large cord. Maybe I did. Hey, Julie, how are you? Okay. Show us the core building? Yeah, I will right now. Let me get my charger out. Hold on. I'm going to set you guys down for a second. I have a little baby tripod and there. See? Oh, that's a great angle. Not. I just needed a minute. Charging cord. And I gotta find my battery pack. It's in here somewhere. There it is. See it. I think it's charging. Put this back on since I'm going to go over my people. Let's see. I'm going to flip it this way. I got my charging cord on. Okay, I will show you guys everything. Yeah, you got to get a backpack. I have my Star Wars backpack on, and I got a Britney Rose today, too, for signing the, like a poster that's going to go to her. No, the MGD, it is not finished. They're still in court right now. We're just outside protesting, showing support, getting here and there. There's like maybe 10 people from the public that are inside there. So they're the ones filtering out any updates and stuff like that. So I'm going to go over there. I'm the new TMZ. Well, TMZ I do not like very much as far as Britney. They seem to be biased towards the conservativeship and have false narratives about her. And I've always tried to put her down and put her in a negative light. instead of actually being understanding that she's a normal person like anybody else. Yeah, the only thing is that right now I don't want to buy anything that's Britney until she's out of this conservatorship, because the proceeds are partially going to pay other people, not her, and I don't want that. So I made this shirt on my Teespring, and I sold a few, and the profits I made I sent to the Free Britney movement. I don't want to give anybody money that isn't going to her. Because she said she won't do anything, record or perform, until her dad's not in control. So, okay, I'm going to take you guys over there. Let's see what's going on. I had to cool down. It was a little warm. I'm going to actually walk around because I can still go in the street right now. Soon I won't be able to. They're going to open the street back up.
Yes.
Never one news organization
Gets off the bird out.
Mediation and settlement. Okay, Jamie Nichols for being literally the worst dad, surrendering abuse and cruelty, and listening in on her private conversations. Rosengart, her most intimate conversations with her kids, her boyfriend, and lawyer.
She's reading what's going on.
Question: what are they afraid of? Answer: the revelation of Jamie Spears'
I have a beat on there. On the
because celebration has got to go.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you saved my life right there. I don't know if I am or I want to find out. What are they afraid of? I want this one.
You guys hear that?
Put on the flag. Put on the flag.
I'm streaming it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now look,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
look,
I'm
now
with
look.
you. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, come on. My car.
Did you guys hear that?
They're gonna take it to jail!
Okay, did you guys hear what she said? You can follow it on Twitter. Jamie Bear, her father has been suspended. He is no longer in charge of it. But he is going to be investigated fully. You guys can go to the Britney Spears Army on Twitter and read along. They're doing updates from inside the courthouse.
Free Britney now! 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 Free all the slaves! Free all the slaves! Free all the slaves! Free all the slaves! Stop human trafficking! Stop human Stop human trafficking. Stop trafficking children. Stop trafficking children. Human trafficking. That's what these courts do. That's what they do. Trafficking. Human trafficking. Britney Spears, human trafficking.
Have you been joining the movement recently, or have you been with this?
The people over there are the organizers, the ones that started the Free Britney movement.
Britney now! Free 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 Britney! You guys are fucking amazing! Free Britney! Free Britney! Free all the slaves, free all the slaves, all the children, all the families be destroyed by the corrupt court. I know what's happening!
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Tom, you have to go. Oh, thank you. She's really excited that we do streams. You guys are so stylish. Everyone's on there like Britney flow right now. Oh my god, could you take a picture for me too? I love this. Look, where's he going? Yes. I'm shocked he's so comfortable in this setting. I'm like, keep your pictures. It's a video. Britney's officially for you guys. Bougie approved. Super happy. Oh my god, yeah, with like all the stuff in the background. Yeah. Britney! Thank you so much. I love your hat. I follow you. I like your hat. Thank you! You know, it's funny because my boyfriend normally wears this outfit. He usually wears the toxic and I wear the just got here today, so I have to represent him. I'm like, I dress up all the time. Yeah, no, I know. It's like Halloween every day. Yeah. Alright, Britney!
I'm gonna go over here and see if I see better.
Mark.
Okay, so they're waiting for more current updates. That's why it's quiet and nothing's going on. And there's a bunch of news outlets that are interviewing people and stuff like that. So that's why it's quiet. It's 3:30, so I think they have only like a half an hour more of the court. I think it's done at by 4. And then they have to recess or something like that. Yeah, so we're just waiting for updates. It's like literally all the media is right here, and I'll show you guys. Sharon, he not all of it, but he paid himself a hefty fine, and he was trying to negotiate like a severance for stepping down, and they basically told him no. And so you can look on Twitter, it'll be under Britney Spears Army. That'll show like all the updates from court. I can't read everything right now, so yeah. I'm just gonna watch you. You can do it. And you didn't get dirty. Good job. I just watched the news reporter jump over a wall. Okay. So see, I'm back here. They're just
by the council,
interview.
please.
Okay.
Can you guys please?
We're being told to move.
They're like take twists and turns.
Let's listen to the eyewitness. Let's listen to the news reporter. Let me get closer to him so I can hear him.
45 days, they will come back to court on the plan of termination. It's all the Jamie Spears represented. Ask the termination
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I love your hair. I was like, oh my god, am I
Thank you. I think you are seeing that right.
It's amazing.
Loki, I dress up like Britney at home. Wait for Halloween. Hold on, after the corner.
Were you talking about the radio itself?
Yes.
I'll trade. So there's not much happening right now. Just going through like all the legal stuff inside there, so we haven't gotten any updates. This has gone almost 3 hours, so I think I'm going to end it. If something big happens, then I'll come back on live. I really thank all of you for tuning in and watching this. It really means a lot to me. I can't even imagine being a grown Okay, I'm back. I got a phone call and it cut off my camera. I was saying, I just can't imagine being a grown woman and going through all this and how they kept it hidden for so long. And to bring awareness to this. I thank you guys for joining me. Please thumbs this up. Subscribe if you haven't. Sometimes I have Britney Spears content. Most of the time it's Vegas stuff, but thank you for watching. I'm going to go see if anything's happening. To be quite honest, my arm is almost asleep from holding my camera for so long. So I'm going to go see what's going on. I think I'll update. If there's anything big, I'll update on Twitter. But thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.